before we take out the old OEM control arms, here's what they look like. The old crusty one definitely has to go, so let's get that out and get the new one in.
I don't know what came in the mail. I think that's heavy. I love these solder pins because they're so difficult to put in, and they're equally as difficult to take out. No need for the puller at least. Thank the Lord. There we go. Nice. Alright, crusty one's out.
Alright, so we are on the CRV table right now. We're just measuring up the old arm to the new one, but have a look at the old ball joint. Super loose. So another thing to note with the GSTP arm is this is a little bent. It looks like it got bent from either shipping or manufacturing. We're going to have to hammer that out in order to get this bushing in because it's very far away, as you can see. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to measure it up to make sure that we're as close to OEM camber adjustment as possible. Alright, so we are having a little bit of an issue here installing the bushings onto the arm. This arm looks a little bent, so I wish that they came fully assembled, but they don't, so we're putting it in. It's taking a little bit extra time than we expected. We should be able to solve this in just a few minutes. Might be too much to ask, but it would be nice if there was a marking here. That way you could figure out what line is OEM camber, but we don't have that. Of course, with the parts like this in this price range, you're not going to get that kind of detail. So we're just going to eyeball it as close as we can and take it from there. If you're going to run these hard, I would recommend changing the hardware or at least taking a second look at them. Another observation for these GSTP front upper control arms, there's a bit of rust already out of the box. Again, just a quality thing. You know it's going well when you need a hammer. Alright, so we got the control arms on the ground over here, and we ran into an issue. The bracket that GSTP sent us seems to be a bit off. This is the OEM one that we got from the car, and this is the one that they sent us. You can see it's more than just a bit off. So this part is going to not allow us to install this on the car, and so we're going to try and reuse the OEM brackets like this, and hopefully that should solve our problem. That's something that GSTP has to improve. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with their bushings, it's just this bracket is quite a ways off. Hopefully this will work and we don't have to put the old OEM control arms back on the car. Oh my god, and there goes the nut. Oh my god, it is lost.
It's like a press fit into the... See it? Jack it up. Good. That's better at editing, makes the scene easier, but honestly, this time easy.
This is a less than ideal placement for the cotter pin, but we're going to do it this way. If you don't make noise, it doesn't get done.
Okay, I'll flip it around. Some difficult.
All right, so we got the first side done. We're gonna do the other side and get the car on the ground and see how it drives. guys, that does it for the GSTP Autoparts upper control arm installation. We are going to take the car out for a drive right now, make sure there's no noises that are out of the ordinary, and to check out, see how the car feels after installing not only these arms but also the ones in the rear. All right, so we are taking the Cheapie Civic out on a test drive to test out both the front upper control arms and the rear lower control arms that GSTP sent over to us. So far, so good. There are no abnormal noises, no clunks or anything like that. I know I mentioned earlier in the video that I would be a little concerned about the front upper control arms hitting the strut mount, but we are not that low, so I don't expect any issues, although I have not bottomed out the shock yet to test that out. Quite frankly, I don't really want to test that out right now, but I don't foresee any issues. There's no clunking. The only thing that we had a difficulty with installation with the front upper control arms was that the braces were not the right size for these control arms, and they looked to be like they were from another car. So the bushings were fine, but the braces weren't, and I had to reuse the braces from the original control arms and put them back onto these GSTP units. For the rear, there were no issues at all. I thought we were gonna have some issues removing the bolt for the subframe on both sides, but thankfully it came out without any issues. So all of the hardware in the back was just reused, and all of the hardware for the front is actually supplied by GSTP when you purchase the bushing kit. So far so good. The mannerisms on the road are nice. It has tightened up the suspension noticeably. It's more of a firm feeling in the steering wheel, so I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with the results. And of course, those red lower control arms in the back do look good if you're following the car. I would say, other than the fact that we had to hammer out one of the upper control arms in the front and also reuse the braces, other than that, these control arms are a great purchase, good value for the money. That's me saying that with about 5 miles of test driving. I'm not really sure how they're gonna hold up to New York City streets, so I am going to report back on that once we get some more miles on them. I'm gonna try to put about 1,000 miles on them, and we'll see how the ball joints fare as well as the bushings. Anyway guys, that does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out GSTP Autoparts. They have a bunch of parts for the Civic EG, as well as the Integras, as well as other Civics, so give them a look. If you are looking for budget-friendly pieces for your project car, I wouldn't hesitate to at least consider them for your next purchase. We are in traffic, so not much of a test drive going on here. I'm gonna see if I can get some clips of the car going over some bumpy roads just to see what it feels like with the new control arms installed. But that will do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you guys want to see more modification work done to the Cheapie Civic as well as other car product reviews, don't forget to subscribe to Bolts and Banter, hit that like button, and if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.